How to create a website with WPX hosting? Let's begin. What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. So this video is going to be part tutorial and part review of how to use WPX hosting to create a website. So on this channel, I've used a wide variety of web hosts for different purposes. SiteGround's fantastic for any type of e-commerce website. Bluehost is ideal for beginners looking to create their very first website. You have Hostinger, which is a great budget-oriented host, and WPX hosting. I would describe WPX hosting as sort of like the ideal web host for anyone who has like a mid-range traffic website. We're talking like 30,000 visitors a month to maybe 150,000 visitors a month, that kind of range. Not like a super huge website, but not a small brand new website because their price points are not geared for complete beginners. So in this tutorial video, I want to show you how to create a website with WPX hosting, and also just how do you move your website from your current web host over to WPX hosting as well. Because in general, what I recommend for most bloggers is to start your website with Bluehost because they just offer great introduction rates. They are a decent web host. They are the #1 recommended web host by WordPress for a reason. They are really geared for beginners. And once you get your website again to like 1,000 visitors a day or so, I definitely would look to moving beyond Bluehost. And I think WPX hosting is an ideal spot for most bloggers. So anyways, like always, make sure to check the links in the description for timestamps and resources mentioned in this video. So let's begin. Welcome to my laptop. Let's begin. So this is WPX hosting. So they are a mid-range host, as I said, geared for websites that are like 30,000 visitors a month up to like, I would say 150, 200,000 visitors. So again, they're not for beginners, but anyways, they are strictly a WordPress web host too, which I want to emphasize. So they're not ideal if you're like using Joomla or Drupal or some other content management system. This is strictly for WordPress. That's why it's called WPX. The WP stands for WordPress. Anyways, speed up your website today. WPX has won global speed test categories in independent testing. So, they're the real deal. So WPX offers free site optimization to maximize your Google Core Web Vitals. Anyways, let's come down here. So WebX speed is spectacular. So again, Matthew Woodward, who is an SEO bro. He runs a popular SEO blog, and he's done a bunch of different tests with various web hosts, and WPX consistently performs in the top of his reviews. Anyways, let's come down here. So, whoa, you get so much for free at WPX hosting. So again, this is why I like WPX hosting, because again, you get site speed optimization, you get unlimited site transfers to WPX. Now, I want to just emphasize this aspect because it's like, look, each hosting account you purchase does have a limit onto the number of websites that you can have. But again, if you want to transfer over like 2-3 websites to your account, no problem. Then they also have their own CDN, malware detection and removal. And so I really like that because, for example, like when you try to log into your WordPress website, when it's hosted on WPX, it'll have some type of CAPTCHA pop up to prevent bots from being able to brute force their way into your website. And let's continue on. So their response and their support is outstanding. Like, they are easily the best. They provide the best support of any web host I've experienced. So it's like right now I can just log into my account, fire up the chat, send a message, be like, hey, I need help with this, and they get right on it. And it's also more of a custom solution too, because, for example, like you're trying to verify your site with Google Search Console. With other websites, you got to kind of download that HTML file, go into your file manager and upload it. You can do that with WPX host, but what they also do is like, look, you can just send a message to support, be like, hey, here's this file, please upload it, and they'll take care of it for you. Just little details like that. It's a very done for you service. So first off, let's jump over here to the WordPress hosting prices. Okay, so this is another thing that's great about WPX hosting. They often offer various deals that are very competitive. Anyways, so their pricing plans are pretty varied, but again, they have business, professional, and elite. So again, like elite is $83 a month when paid yearly upfront. Again, this is not a beginner web host. So for most of you, I think if you already have an established WordPress website, you're already making money from your sites, and you're looking for a new web host or some type of maybe a web host to migrate to, I really like WPX hosting. $20 a month is not that expensive if you're making the money to justify the cost. At this point, you get 5 websites, 10 gigabytes of storage, and 100 gigabytes of bandwidth, and WPX Cloud CDN, really good. And then again, for $40 a month, again, a much larger increase in the amount of websites, but the storage and the bandwidth just simply doubles. And that's it, okay? So it's really that simple. So if like when you're ready to purchase, all you have to do is click on this button right there to get started. Then you can choose where you want your website hosted. And so again, like if you're based in India, for example, this is not for you either, just because like they don't have servers, they don't have a presence there. So again, if your website and most of your traffic's from the United States, they have hosts in the US. Same with the UK, same with the Australia. So they're really geared for an English speaking audience. And so again, just click like host in the USA. We'll click on get started. And that's it, okay? You're less than 2 minutes away from activating your hosting account. And so again, you just have to set a primary domain for the account, and then you can just contact support and have them help you migrate any website over because they'll do it for you. They'll literally do it for you. So if you have a WordPress website and another web host, again, they offer unlimited site transfers to your account and they just take care of it for you and it's done correctly. Now, they also offer domain names and their domain name is okay. I personally don't use them for domain names. You all know that I use and recommend Namecheap. Let's minimize that. So let's go away. There you go. So I use and recommend Namecheap, but their domain names are fairly competitive. Like their .com is $12.99 a year, etc. So again, it's not the cheapest around. You can get a better deal, but it's not unreasonable if you want to use WPX Hosting as your domain name registrar. But I personally would recommend Namecheap, and that's it. So just go through the process of filling out the form right here to activate your account. It's that simple. Welcome to WPX Hosting. So this is your client area and it's the page you're going to see every single time you log into your account. So once you submit payment and begin transferring your websites over to your WPX hosting account, or maybe you just want to start a brand new website, whatever, this is the first page you're going to see. And so to manage your service is pretty self-explanatory. Click this button that says Manage Service. Now it'll take you over here to the service details page, and right over here is where you have a bunch of different options. So again, WPX hosting is nice because they're not too technical. There's a lot of great web hosts out there, but a lot of them give you a lot of advanced features. WPX hosting kind of just takes care of everything, so you can focus on content marketing, blogging, etc., and not have to worry about the granular details that are associated with, like, say, a cloud host, for example. Anyways, so we have our service details right there: manage websites, databases, email boxes, FTP, edit DNS, file manager, backups. All right, so what's really cool about this is, first off, we have different backups that we can navigate to. So for example, you're just provided with a backup, and so at all times you can just jump over here, backups, go to the little drop down, select your website. Then you can download a personal backup that you can keep on your laptop or whatever it is you want to do. Now, WPX hosting also gives you access to File Manager, which is really helpful whenever you just need to upload some type of specific file to maybe verify something like, Google AdSense or Search Console, etc. You get those files just to verify that you own the domain name. This is where you can navigate to. But again, you can also contact WPX support and they'll take care of that for you. You can edit your DNS, FTP you can set up, and also you get email boxes. So again, nothing too crazy, just like most web hosts. You can set up an email, then you can have that, you can redirect that email to, say, a free Gmail account, reply as an alias. You can do that whole thing. Again, I have other videos on this channel that you can check out if you want to do that. And then over here we have manage websites. So let's navigate there to manage our websites. Okay, so right now I am on their business plan, so I'm only limited to 5 websites, but honestly, that's plenty of websites for, I think, most people. You're not going to be, most people, individuals, are not going to be managing 10 highly profitable websites, at least not by yourself. So anyways, this is my websites. I'm going to keep this private because I don't need any more competition. But anyways, to install and add a new website is very simple. So all you have to do is go right here and click on add new website. Now, if there's a website or from another web host you want to move over, you can just click on this, send migration request, totally for free, and they'll do it for you. If it's a WordPress website, mind you, okay? It has to be a WordPress website. Anyways, let's go ahead and click on add a new website. And now right here, top level domain name. So install WordPress. Okay, so add a new website or alias. So I'm going to type in vloghow.com. All right, so this is a domain name that I own at Namecheap. Now, before you do this though, I should mention that you do want to log into your domain name registrar and make sure to have the domain name pointing to WPX Hosting first. Okay, so this is my Namecheap account. This is my domain name right there. And then right under here, I have custom DNS set up. So it's NS38 WPX Hosting and NS39 WPX Hosting, custom domain name. Like always with Namecheap, just type it in, then make sure to click on the little check mark in order to save. It does take time to propagate. It could take up to 48 hours. Typically it'll take like 30 minutes. Again, not a big deal. So let's navigate back over here. Okay, so anyways, that's it. So once you do that Namecheap, have everything pointing to WPX Hosting. Super duper simple. Install WordPress. All right, and then click on it next. All right, so right here is where we can set up everything that we want. So the admin email, the admin username I can set up right there. So if I want to use something else, so we'll say vlog 123, I don't know, whatever. And then we can set a password to log into our account. There we go. Okay. And that's it. Okay, so we're currently working on adding your awesome website to your hosting account. You receive a notification once everything is set up. And that is it. Send a migration request. So first off, our website was successfully added. So again, now we can just log into the website that we just created using our credentials that we just added. Literally that simple. Now, if you want to send a migration request, just click on this button over here and it'll take you to go away. There we go. It'll take you to the website migration request form. All right, so right there, you just choose the hosting account that you want to move it to, okay? Because this is it's going to say the primary domain name on the accounts, okay? And then again, just the name of the website you want to migrate, your WP admin URL, username, password, any details that they need to know. Then right down here, you can select the migration process. So for most web hosts, you're going to be selecting cPanel, but maybe if you're on SiteGround, then they have their own process, or you can go here to other. Or if you have any questions, just go and ask support. They'll reply to you within minutes and be like, oh, do this. Then any type of email inboxes that you want to move over, additional information, etc. And if at any time you can just contact their support and they will absolutely help you. And again, completely for free. And I just emphasize that because I think a lot of beginners are going to be quite surprised to find out that most web hosts typically charge like $90 to like $100, that kind of range, $80 to $100 to migrate a single website over. And so it's a big deal. You know, it's a really great service that WPX Hosting provides, that they offer this completely for free. Anyways, once you fill out all the information, just go here to click on submit, and that's it. Let's go ahead and log into our website and make sure our SSL certificate is working. So as part of the installation of WordPress, WPX Hosting will automatically set up an SSL certificate on your behalf through Let's Encrypt. So if you click this little drop down, you can see the SSL info. You can generate a new CSR, or you can install a completely new certificate if you want. And that's it. And so now let's log into our website. So again, first off, check your domain name. So I have currently an unsecure version at vloghow.com, and I also have a secure version. So there's two versions out there. So what do? You can either go ahead and log into your website and then install a plugin called Really Simple SSL. Very popular plugin. What this will do is it'll force redirect all requests to the unsecure version to go through the secure version. Or you can just contact WPX Hosting and just say, hey, I have an unsecure version and a secure version. Can you have everything redirect through the secure version? They know exactly what to do and they'll set everything up. So totally up to you. I personally just always contact WPX Hosting, just tell them, hey, just set everything up so I don't have to have this additional plugin installed. Again, not a big deal. So anyways, log into your website and fantastic. What I love about WPX Hosting, again, just a clean install. No pop-ups, no plugins taking over aspects. It's just, here's WordPress, get to work. So I really like it. So we navigate over to where it says plugins. We can check out the plugins. So we got just the basic stuff where we have Hello Dolly, Akismet. You can keep either one of those if you want. I personally would just delete both. Then you have W3 Total Cache, which is set up properly on the back end. So everything is good to go. And then if you go over here to appearance and themes, your installation just comes with the default WordPress themes. Again, I really like it, just clean, simple, no upsells whatsoever. And so again, just set up your website as appropriate. Professional backend settings for your website. So let me walk you through the process of what I always do with a brand new WordPress installation. So let's first go to appearance and themes. So you have a lot of different options for themes. I have another video on this channel about the best free WordPress themes you can take advantage of. I also have pieces of content on Website Creator Pro about best themes for bloggers, best themes for portfolios. I make it a little bit more niche specific depending on what you want to do. Now I have video tutorials again on the 2021 theme and the 2020 theme and 2019. Honestly, 2020 and the 2021 theme from WordPress. These are great themes for a free theme. They're very helpful, feature rich. You can really make a nice looking website with these two themes, and they are completely for free. Anyways, just choose a theme that you want to use. Now let's go to plugins, and there are a few essential plugins that I always install. So the first plugin that I recommend installing is an SEO plugin. Now there's two industry leaders. So we have Rank Math and Yoast SEO. So let me type in Rank Math. There we go. Okay, so we have Rank Math and Yoast SEO. Rank Math has 800,000 installations, and we also have Yoast SEO. So I personally almost always use Yoast SEO simply because I've been using them for years and years. But I think Rank Math actually may be the better plugin because they do provide more features for free. So it's totally up to you what you want to do. But you have Yoast SEO or Rank Math. Rank Math's the upstart, and I think they provide, again, they provide more features. So I think they might be better, but again, Yoast has been around for years and years and years, 5 million plus activations. They are the most popular WordPress SEO plugin. So anyways, let's go ahead and click on install and go ahead and click on activate. Wonderful. Okay, so let's go ahead and add in an additional plugin. So it's called Smush. And what Smush does, it optimizes images that you upload to your website. Okay, so it's right here. Smush lazy load images and optimize and compress images. Very important for any website because it just makes your images smaller, but it still maintains the quality of the images so your website loads more quickly. Anyways, go ahead and click on install now and click on activate. Okay, so that's really it for my default plugins I always use. Total Cache, Yoast SEO, Smush, those are my essentials. Now let's navigate down here and go to users, and then within users is where you can add in new users. So we have our username, we have the email and the administrator role. So if I want to bring on, say, like a writer or something, I can come over here and create a new account. So right down here, you can come here to the subscriber, and then this drop down, then change it to editor, author, contributor, etc. And all of these specific roles have different access to different aspects of the website when they are logged in. So for example, someone who is a contributor, they can add content, but maybe they can't edit other people's content, that type of deal. So there's different types of restrictions. So if you ever get to the point where you want to bring on people to your website and give them access, you don't have to necessarily give them like an administrator account so they have full access and can delete and edit whatever they want. You don't have to do that. So that right over here is where you can change those aspects. And then let's navigate back to all users, and right under here, let's click on our username. Now this is where we can change in our first name, last name, the nickname, what we want our name displayed as, the email, and we can also add in a little bit of a bio right here. So like when you send a blog post at the footer where it's like David likes long walks on the beach and coffee, it's populated by this section right there. Okay. And so profile picture, this is powered by Gravatar. Just click on the link, open in a new tab. Gravatar is a service provided by WordPress, and so you can just log in, create an account, and then you can associate an image with an email, and then it'll just populate this section automatically. Then you can generate a new password down there if you ever want to change your password for whatever reason, and that's really it. So the last thing I want you to do is then click on settings, and then let's go to general. Now, because we have an SSL certificate installed, you definitely should change this WordPress URL and just click here and just add in an S, okay? So it probably says HTTP, just go ahead and click on add an S, and then the same with the site address, add an S. Now you're gonna navigate down here, click save changes. Once you do that, it's gonna log you out. So you're gonna have to just log back in. So just go ahead and do that so you can continue following along. All right, so next, once you log back into your website, what I want you to do is navigate down here
to where it says permalinks. And permalinks is literally means permanent links, the permanent link for your website. So by default with WPX, everything's sent to post name. That's good. I personally like to click on post name, then click on custom structure, then click on here /blog, then organize all the blog posts under a blog section. Again, totally up to you, but I personally find that this is the most optimal structure for any type of blog that's going to be like 100 pages to like 300 pages. When you start getting into like really massive websites with a ton of content, then yeah, you kind of want to break it into like maybe, domainname.com /categories then the post title, that type of deal. But for smaller websites, this is fine. So again, it just depends on the size of the website. So I definitely suggest staying away from dates. Dates are not useful at all. It's only useful if you have a time-sensitive website, like a news-oriented website. P equals 123. Obviously, you don't want that. And that's it. Okay, so go right down here and click on Save Changes. Now, once you do that, go up to Post. And then right over here is where we have our categories. Okay, so this is where we can edit and adjust our categories as we need. So you can add a name in the slug. So for example, if we click on the uncategorized category, okay, so right up top there, we have the name. So you can go ahead and rename the uncategorized category into something more logical. Then you can change the slug, which is the URL, to something a little bit more logical. Then right down here, you have your description to describe what the category is. Now, because you installed Yoast SEO or Rank Math, you should be able to edit the meta description and the title for this specific category page, which I definitely recommend filling out. Now for categories, you're going to want like 4 to 7 categories for your website. And this is important too, to fill out a little bit of description just for the user experience, because it helps people understand and navigate your website a little bit more effectively. So for example, let's visit websitecreatepro.com. Let's come down here. Let's open up this recent blog post that I have. And then let's open up the category for domain names. And then right over here, okay, so we have this nice little introduction to the category page. This is being populated by this section right there. Again, it's just attention to detail. It's not that difficult. Just come in, put something there. So it just fills out the website and provides just an overall enjoyable user experience, so people know what's going on and where they're at, so they can easily navigate your website. Now with WordPress, you have tags. I don't use tags personally. I don't find tags particularly helpful. I like to use categories and subcategories. So for example, like a category could be something like WordPress. A subcategory would be like WordPress themes, WordPress plugins, WordPress tutorials, that sort of thing. So create a category and then a subcategory. And it's really that simple. So anyways, that is it for this tutorial.
All right, everyone, that's it for this tutorial video and part review on WPX hosting. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you got a lot of value out of it. So in general, WPX hosting is a fantastic web host for mid-range to maybe high traffic websites. I mean, there are other dedicated hosts that are really geared for, we're talking like really big websites, like 1 million visitors a month. Like that's not necessarily WPX hosting. They're really geared for like 30,000 visitors to maybe like 150, 200,000 visitors, that type of like mid-range publisher size website. So like I said in the introduction, I definitely recommend that you go with Bluehost if you're completely new and you don't even have a website yet and you want to engage in content marketing through blogging. Then once you grow your website at Bluehost or any web host for that matter, you can transfer your website from there to WPX hosting completely for free. Anyways, I'm starting to ramble, so I'll just leave it there. My name is David from websitecreatepro.com. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.